Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Sun is
How's it
from
going,
all
guys?
Hey,
Doing
Sean.
well.
Good morning.
Good
Youth
morning.
Council.
Well, my night.
You made it. You made it
Oh,
for
is it
the
youth council?
jungle.
Hold on. Is my name Shar or is it youth council? Yes, I survived the jungle. I survived the jungle, and I actually loved it. I think I want to live there permanently.
Do it.
For sure.
Yeah. 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 It's nicer there.
Hello, everybody.
But good to see you guys.
Tell me about the jungle.
Well, it was pretty awesome. I mean, I went through a whole journey of really experiencing a lot more of what our life was like before we had all the incredible tools, but also at the same time bullshit that we have now. Depends on your perception of it. So I really got to experience just immersing in the wild and walking with these two amazing guides who are really beautiful people, and they really taught me a lot about living in that kind of natural, I guess you would say, ebb and flow and wilderness that's external when you're there, but in those moments of really clear perception and clear thinking, it's like your own inner wilderness, like your own inner being. So it really taught me a lot, and I discovered a lot about myself. I mean, I saw it taught me a lot about fear too, because I kind of realized that a lot of the things that we fear in out here is such bullshit. Like we fear like missing a flight, and then I was like, okay, the only thing I fear out here is being eaten by a lion. And then I like walked past a lion one day. Their guides hadn't seen it, and I just look in the bush, like literally 25 yards in front of me to the side, and there's a lion that's just staring right at me, and I was like, holy shit. Okay. That was actual fear, you know what I mean? But yeah, we didn't get eaten, obviously. It was it was great. I'm really happy for you guys to be asking, and I'm happy to share. It's really helped me find a lot more clarity and just seeing things the way they are a lot more. And um I mean, I'm starting to feel like when I was saying I want to go back into, I want to live there, like that's kind of what I really felt like. I felt a calling to just, learn more about that wild way of being, um and live there. Anyway, that's about it. It was really beautiful.
I
Yeah.
love this wisdom that's coming through you because I think that so many of us can see what I observe or what I hear is like the ability for you to tap into that space of inner knowing and peace. Even though there's fear, it doesn't mean that like you still created courage, right? In that moment.
Right, right.
And so what's beautiful is that that's how we actually ultimately face fear is by making us head it face on and create courage from that space because like a lion isn't attacking human beings for no reason.
Right.
You know, it preys on food, what it wants to eat. It doesn't, and that's like that's our nature. That's our creator. You know, so it's a reflection. You know, and if you show up with that space of peace and certainty, it will also show up in that same essence as well, right? So in the past, you know, we've been conditioned to either kill or attack or or do these aggressions towards animals and things that are not human. And so we receive that as a mirror. And this is the thing that so many people have misinterpreted when it comes to wildlife, is that in the most dangerous place, you can actually be so safe if you allow yourself to be in that place of peace and harmony and centeredness, because it's not dangerous because you're not dangerous. Everything is a mirror. And so like I can totally resonate with this, and I can understand your desire to want to learn and spend more time in the wild, because I mean, as you know, I've spent a lot of time in the jungle myself, and when you capture that essence and that frequency, it's like you're so interconnected to something so profound. So I totally understand and appreciate where you're coming from, brother.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Hello, Jing Jing Ji.
Wow, I made
Yeah.
it.
It's yeah, it's so beautiful. And we went, sorry guys, I don't want to take up all the time on this call, but we
No, bro,
also
what do you
went
mean? You haven't been
to
here last week. It's all good, bro. Like, share a little bit about. We're curious about your experience, man. Don't feel like you're taking up any time. Just be you.
Okay. Thank you. Uh I we also went to the apartheid museum today, which was really brutal, uh really intense, and I really felt like this connection to the indigenous people from even before, like the more modern aspect of apartheid, like the hunter gatherer people. And I just felt something so primordial, um and like what I was saying, the wild in that. And then seeing the history of how they were just, you know, massacred and taken off their land. It literally felt like a part of my soul was just ripped out of my body when I was watching that whole history. And I some of you know this, I don't cry very easily usually at all, but I was sobbing. Like I could not hold back my tears. It was just so brutal. Um so I just really connected to that aspect of myself. And um I'm trying to explore how I want to carry that back into regular life. I guess just some of the principles, but I really want to come back after I finish school, or in some way, and learn more about how to live in that environment so fully. Um, so yeah, it was really amazing. And I had other experiences like the park. That's what I was sending some of you guys in the game reserves. The park, which is a more of a it's a different it's so interesting, the contrast between the actual wilderness and something that's like a curated game world. Like it was like going to Disneyland with like the lions and the elephants and the rhinos, and it's like felt so fake. Like we're driving up next to them and I'm like, are we forgetting that this is a wild animal? Like we're not even respecting their space right now, or just driving up next to it as if it's a piece of property. So that kind of bothered me in some ways, and it was interesting to witness and see that. But yeah, it was a lot of revelations, and a lot of heartfelt connection, and just the clarity that I had when I was coming out of the wilderness, even for 5 days. It was like so much less so much less. Like since I've been back, I was like much more thinking. My senses are so much weaker. They're not as sharp. Like when I was in there, I was like seeing everything, hearing everything, like so sharp senses, everything. And then I come back and I'm like instantly dullified again. So it's interesting witnessing that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that that's beautiful that you're paying attention to the fact that property and like it's nice that you can see that.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I'm kind
anyone
of
else have questions?
I do. Well, I'm curious with the whole property thing in the wild, like I understand, but also isn't it really awesome that they're able to live side by side with them and not actually disrupt and take down their land, opposed to like obviously a zoo or I don't know, or something like that. But I'd be curious both of your perspectives. Like, yes, you're you're in their territory, but in a way that's non like disruptive, and they were obviously accepting of you there, right? Like, it had the option to say, get out of my space, but instead it was like, oh, hello, and I'm going back to what I normally do.
Yeah, I would say I see where you're coming with that. And I also saw like, okay, well, at least they're, preserving the animals that are been massacred and killed by poachers and everything. So they're really preserving that in that park too. But yeah, it's not quite the same, especially after coming out of the wilderness where the animals are really like wild. Like they're really just they're not going to come near you. They're going to be fully wild and you have to respect their space because they're so wild and you're in their land, and you're a part of that. But we've been very disconnected to that. So we really have to just respect their space. And that's what I mean is going to the park, it's like there's kind of it's still a subtle disconnect. Like, yes, we're living side by side, but we're not meant to live actually right like that right next to each other, like in a vehicle, like driving up to it. Like we're meant to live with them, but with more respect to their being and who they are. Like in the nature, in the actual nature with the lion, you would not go close to a lion in your right mind at all. You know what I mean? Like you would be kind of near, maybe, and you would be witnessing it from afar, and being very wary of it and respectful of it. But it just kind of like the driving up because we have the vehicle and we're humans and we just drive up right next to it and it's just chilling, it's very subtle and I don't think most people really recognize it, but it's disrupting the natural order of like how you just respect the natural things that are there from my perspective. I mean, that's just what I experienced. So thank you for asking that. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. It was interesting to witness for sure.
That's a good
Yeah, I'm
point.
curious to hear.
I like the fact that you can see the contrast and see it. I think it's really clear to know what we like or what resonates with us from our inner harmony or inner wisdom. We need to see both sides, and so I think that that's really cool. That to see what we don't like in life, to also see what to know what we want. We really need to see what we don't want. You know.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And it's been interesting with
And I just want to
with
say
the.
sorry, because you're expressing your inner compass, and that's cool. That's really cool.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's uh, it's been really beautiful here, and also with the native people. Like it's been really interesting to witness in for myself and just witnessing overall like how the different, I guess you would say, the way that it's all been handled so far and the way that they've been treated um is kind of difficult for me. I mean, I understand there are parts of myself that are have the old way of thinking in those perceptions, but it has been hard for me to witness these beautiful people like so I guess you would say limited from the beauty that they once were in and thriving in. And I guess all of us at some point were, of course, right? It's not like we all were, but it's been interesting to witness that and feel that like just trying to communicate with them and just show that we're just like be another person, like be another human being. Just say thank you, say please, just talk to them as if they're your friends and your family. It doesn't have to be like some weird divide, which comes some, it's been interesting to observe. Yeah.
Uh, anyone else curious?
Where was this jungle?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, were you in
Hi
Brazil?
guys. Uh yeah, I was in South Africa. Oh, I am still. We haven't taken off, but South Africa. So just outside of kind of near Durban. I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of the cities, but it was a beautiful, beautiful park out there. So yeah, I would recommend if you ever want to go on a wilderness trek, I have to hype Sotelo up. He's an amazing man and mentor and guide and being, so if any of you are interested ever, I would love to connect you with Sotelo and that whole experience. But yeah. Yeah. How have you all been? I'm curious about you.
Who wants to share a little bit?
I'll go because I'd like to introduce my friend also. This is Tamiko. We have been friends for almost exactly 12 years ago. 12 years now. We met the week before college started, and probably one of the only people in my life that I've held on to for that long. Do you want to share anything about yourself?
I don't know what to share about myself.
Anything.
Where are you from? What are you up to? What excites you in life?
I'm Tamiko, and I guess the first thing that comes to mind is I'm a former educator. So like my heart is in education. I taught for 6 years and then left the classroom to pursue my doctorate so that I could just make bigger, greater change elsewhere, I guess. I'm so still working on that, pursuing educational psychology for my
Wow.
doctoral degree. And in the meantime, just working for a nonprofit that also supports educators. So yeah.
Tell
She's
us about the
just Oh, sorry.
tell,
I was just gonna say she's just working full time while getting her doctorate and being a wife. So, what were you gonna ask?
I was just curious. Tell us about the organization. I'm curious, like what inspires you about it, and what's it do? What do you see as a problem that it's solving?
Well, it is a nonprofit founded by educators. We say for educators because we offer training for teachers to implement an instructional model that incorporates blended learning, self-paced structures, and mastery-based grading. And it was actually a model that I used while I was teaching in my classroom that just when you eliminate the lecture, it really allows you to just connect with your students more deeply, both on like that emotional, personal level, but then of course academically. So you just know them better overall, like as a human being, and then also, where they're at as a student. And so those were like my last two favorite years of teaching while I was using this model. And so we offer training for teachers to do that and really just changes the game.
Wisdom. I love it. So grateful that you're here. It's amazing to welcome you to the community. I think that, this is really the approach, listening and paying attention. It allows for such a safe space. And so it's nice that you're already doing that in your way and shape and form with alongside amazing people. I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Anyone else feel like sharing a little bit about what's going on since last week? Daniela? Beijing? Sagitas? Jingham?
I guess I could go a little bit. This is Jake,
Please.
if you forgot my name.
Jake.
So I feel like the past week has been a complete blur. It's like there's so much that we've been, what's the word? Planning on getting started and creating ideas, and we have so much that we want to get going, but it was just like getting the paperwork and everything done. We're moving into a house on Monday or Tuesday coming up. So it's just kind
Yay! Congratulations.
of thank you. Uh, So it was just getting all the paperwork and insurance, and I didn't know how complicated it was to even sign a contract for a house. So now I know. But yeah, I just kind of felt like life is on pause this past week. So it's just kind of
Well,
like,
not really, because look at what you learned.
right, yeah, that's true.
Now you know, look at what you learned by executing and creating and going through the process. Next time you buy a house or invest in a or somebody has questions, you're able to now take them through and support them. So it's not really a pause, it's actually a teaching, a lesson.
That's true. Yeah, and then it's just we were looking for jobs and all that kind of stuff, and it's just I don't know if it's just because we're in Phoenix and it's summer, but no one is hiring. So that's kind of forcing us to tap into like our creativity and think, okay, how are we gonna pay these bills the next couple months until busy season and we can get a part-time job or something, just security wise. Um, so I guess that's one cool thing. It's a little nerve-wracking just not knowing exactly where the money is going to be coming from, but I mean, we've all been in that position before, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and trusting in the path like that you're laying ahead, right? There's a reason that it's happening so you can be creative, and so maybe the financial mastery is going to come by you implementing a creative outlet so that you could attract all the abundance that's necessary for you,
Right.
right? Because if you're getting a job, you're not really a master of your own destiny, you're a manager of your circumstance. And this way you get to be creative and now manifest exactly what your needs are, what your desires are, what you want to cultivate, and really create that leadership in your environment.
Yeah.
And for me, it's really allowed me to focus in on my coaching. I have 2 weeks left of my course. So it's helped me just really to focus in on everything I've been doing and really get my coaching hours in. And really just be creative too of like what I want to do with that and just getting ideas of how I want to make workshops out here or events or just online work. So that's been nice to just have some freedom to do or plan on what we want to do with that.
Amazing. You see, you gotta Jake, see or get really curious to the action plan that your beloved Daniela is curating, because there's so much magic in her actions and beingness and brilliance that's showing up in the present moment. She's not thinking about the how, she's just doing it. You see, we get stuck so much. This is a constant pattern in our realities that we get so much stuck in the thinking of things, of the how, that we actually forget that by doing it now, that we can actually create certainty. And this is what Daniela is doing. And that's the mastery, bro. And so it's nice that you have a partner that is already implementing in that way, shape, and form right next to you. And listening to that is going to be your wisdom that comes through so that you can serve and support her as much as possible. What does that feel like, brother?
It's nice.
What's that?
What does that feel like? What just came through me to share with you?
No, it's good. Just because like, I've been seeing her learn and get everything set up for what she wants to do, and it's just right around the corner to like, all right, it's time to just put the shoes on and start doing it. So I'm excited for her, and it's like, to your point too, it's helping me see that like all these things that I've been wanting to do, it's just you just got to plug in and do it. So
Right. And by supporting her and helping her shine, you actually create a team effort to shine together. You don't have to do it yourself. You guys can do it as a team. And that's what actually makes it stronger. So by you showing up to serve her, you serve the whole, because you guys are a team player, right? Like you guys are a couple, right?
Mhm.
You guys love each other, am I right?
Yeah.
You guys just bought a house together and you plan on living together for the rest of your lives together, am I right?
I don't want to take the
So
credit for the house. I didn't financially support, so.
yeah, but that's not the point. The point that you don't understand. The point is that you guys have decided to go on into creating a life together. So it doesn't matter about the house, it doesn't matter about the financials, it doesn't matter about what's what's material. What matters is that you've created a sacred connection and a soul partnership to literally live and educate and go through the lessons of life as a team. So now there's no reason to try to do your own things if you don't need to. It's actually about supporting each other so that you can move faster, because if you want to go far, you can go far together, right? Trust me, I made the mistakes well, 4 times with really 4 amazing, powerful women. Not all at once, one was at a time, but like I got married and then I lost that marriage, and then I had 3 other, like another girlfriend and another girlfriend and another girlfriend, and all of them were super powerhouses. They were all doing the things that Daniela was doing, taking action. And I got into the egoic space of trying to compare myself to them. And instead of seeing how I could serve them and support them and guide and be that certainty behind them, I started to compete with them. And that's bullshit. That's the old paradigm. How can we actually serve our feminine counterparts as great men? Because it's in the whole that we shine. And then as a result, we can actually start to pay more attention to what it looks like to cultivate a family, a community, a nation, a planet.
That's so beautiful.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and I will say that till the day that I die.
Love
On all levels. Like right now, we're doing some crazy stuff in business mastery. I just sent out an email, a message. God bless Meijing and Luan, because they're and Sagitas, like they are active in supporting me behind the scenes, and we're helping people inside of business mastery, and like we're doing so many things all together. It's like such a powerful team effort. And nobody's getting paid, by the way. Everybody is doing things to support where they can. And if they can't, they tell me and I find another resource. But we do it as a team, and that's what's making it move so fast. And people are like, wow. So I'm just emphasizing the importance of integrating that curiosity of what everyone's needs are, and then we move as a shared purpose. Danielle, do you want to share anything else? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, because I just wanted to really anchor in, the fact that you're making so many things happen. It's really beautiful to see.
I think that was all I wanted to share. I mean, it's just been kind of like trying to find our place out here too, trying to do a couple things in the community to find like people out here, but it's been so hot out here. I don't know how people do it, but that's been another learning curve for me, since I love being outdoors all the time. And it's so hot, you can't really enjoy being outdoors out here. So I think it's the universe telling me to just focus in on my business and what I want to do and just be on the computer a lot more than I'm used to. So
I love it. Love it. Anyone else want to share?
Congratulations, Daniela and Jake. I'm just so happy to see you guys creating life together. Just your experience of the car being vandalized, and then you guys keep calm, and Daniela drive all the way with a broken window, So just the calmness and the steadfastness that you guys have, and then you guys creating uh, a house and a great living space, and really creating dreams together, right? Yeah. So this is amazing, and nothing is more important than love. And when the energy is correct, all the other things, all your dreams will manifest. So congratulations. I'm just so happy to see you guys, um, uh, moving forward with all your dreams. And I'm also very grateful for the youth festival. Yesterday, I was talking to my uh, daughter, and she said, "Thank you, Dad, for bringing me to the youth festival. Before that, I was like feeling low energy, and I realized that because I hang out with my peers, and a lot of times they're just always complaining or disappointed or frustrated, and then that affected me. And when I went to the youth festival, I realized that how much I was just um, draining myself with all the negative energy, and I realized how important it is to be with a positive group of people. And I see there are young people like me who are so much positive, so grateful and uplifting, and have their dreams and taking actions. So I'm very inspired. So that's what she told to me, and I asked her if I could share with you guys. She said yes. So I asked her to also write a testimony, uh, and share with everybody. Uh, and she allowed me to share as well. So I'm really grateful. Like the work we are doing, it's really impacting people's life. Just want to share that with you. And also yesterday I hosted a talk with an entrepreneur. Her name is Lisa, Lisa Mori. Um, she went to New Zealand, and she found all these Adobe houses, and she said, "I want to build something in America as well." And then she started to just search, like where she can get support, and then she found a grant by the National Renewable Energy Lab of Department of Energy. And then she found this program, she got in, and she got all the support. And then one thing she told me that it's so easy to find people. All you need is just to go to LinkedIn and search whatever the kind of people you want and share your vision with them, and they will work with you, right? So really, and of course she shared how much time it takes and how much work it takes to create an amazing business, right? So I also want to share that with you. Like we are having this dream of the global village, and it sounds maybe a big vision, daunting vision. However, if we stand, let's say 30 years from now and see this vision, right? If we have 30 years, this vision is not really big, we can accomplish that. So we'll drill down with the milestones, and we take action steps, and we can fulfill that. Thank you. And thank you so much, Eric, for mentoring and guiding us. I really appreciate it.
We're helping each other. It's a team effort. It's Thank you for this wisdom that comes through, and I'm excited to learn more about the global villages and how we can integrate in more meaning and learning from you, what you show with the financial models. I'm certain that with your magic, maybe you can help with some of those projections or whatever is necessary, or however you see fit. You're a master. You already know what you need to integrate, I'm certain, and or what scenarios and models can be built to make it happen faster. And then we can go deeper into integration, because there's a lot of these meaningful projects that we really want to make happen. But what I believe that needs to transition is a lot of the artists that want to make them become reality need to be put into a process so that the entrepreneurs are able to then support them. And that's what we're building with Business Mastery in the making right now. We're literally taking we're creating a platform to literally make that all come together. So really bridging these ideas into impact and making it in a streamlined process that will really integrate and manifest speed and precision to measure what matters, so that everything that matters is measured.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I have been thinking about the business model for the global village, right? And I think everybody is building these facilities. That's the easy part. I think what's most creative part and what distinguish us is the soft part. So the soft part, we already have our strengths of doing retreats and trainings, healings, all of these. And then the business model, I was thinking, you want to, let's say, somebody invest $20,000, not only make them an investor and get a return, right? Because most people don't understand the time value of money and the inflation. So the reality is, if we can, do a financial model and promise them a good return, let's say, 7-8%, and then after 10 years, we can even return them the principal, because this is nothing at that time, the $20,000. Plus, we can offer them, $20,000 worth of expense. Basically, they can stay in, use this for our programs, for our service, and stay in the village like that. So that offering become an irresistible offering, and that would be very powerful. And then we can, instead of start by building a facility, we can just work with existing facilities, and eventually we become so good at this soft side of it and the management of it, the business model of it, like this will become our unique advantage, and we can really become an ecosystem over time.
I love it. I think that taking that idea and creating a couple different valuations and models around it, so that there could be a couple different envelopes that are opportunities for anybody that comes in terms of an investor to really see what your thoughts are in a valuation model. It will actually create a lot more emphasis and momentum, especially for the artists that you're supporting. So it will give them the help, because we're all either manager, a leader, an artist, an entrepreneur, but like we have all, but in our core we're all developing a unique way of serving. So I think by you helping build that sound initial structure, and then helping them understand that in how they can communicate that effectively, it will be a beneficial next step. It sounds like, if that's something that resonates for everybody. I don't know. This is what I'm hearing.
Yes, definitely. I drafted the first draft of the vision, and shared it in the Global Village group. So I would appreciate if you guys take a look and then, you know, adding your visions and really become everybody's vision. I think that's the first
Amazing.
step. First step, let's clarify that. Yeah. And
I
then
think
we
that's a great step. What do you ladies think? And gentlemen, my apologies.
Yeah, I love that. Putting it into writing. So like putting it into a rock. Okay, this is what we're gonna follow. This is our fallback. So if there's any confusion, it's like the Constitution. It's a good vision. It's a good vision to put it on there. So thank you, Jinghang. Jinghang's been a great leader in this movement. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for being there. And for guiding us. He like messages and like, hey guys, this is what's happening. What are you guys doing? Like he's just like on it, which is amazing. It's great energy, very needed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Keeps us focused, keeps us on track.
And thank you, Jing Hong, for asking or for getting clear on your needs for feedback, because I think that's important too, to clarify your needs and how they can support you.
Yeah, I'm definitely so appreciative, and I've been on the road the last couple days since you sent that and moving from here to there and everywhere, but I am really excited to read your vision and then to provide feedback and agree
Well,
everyone.
I just want to emphasize that he's creating a foundation. He doesn't want it to be his vision. He wants feedback so he could be our vision. So just paying attention to that, so that when you provide feedback and you add your values and you add your emphasis and you add your thing, he's just creating a foundation so that it's a collective vision. So just very important to pay attention to the language there so that everybody in the room is listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And that's exactly what we want is a shared vision to make sure everyone feels like they have, their part in the creation and the design of it. So thank you.
Anyone else want to share? Beijing? Por favor.
Let me think, or let me feel.
Yeah, thank you. I love this feeling. It's good.
Like right now, I just really feel a sense of supporting. So like I heard, what's your friend's name, Brooke? I didn't get her name.
Tamiko.
Tamiko. Wow, that's a cool name. Oh, it's like it's Japanese, right? Is that what you told me? Tamiko?
Did we lose you?
I asked if it was a Japanese. Was it
I can't
Japanese
hear
name?
you. Is it
Oh
just me?
no.
It's
Is it
just
me?
you.
Oh, it's just you. Oh no.
We can hear her. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
You can't hear
But you
me?
can't hear her?
Oh, now I can. Okay. That was
Okay.
weird.
Well, I just been listening this call and just really feeling a call to support in whatever sense I can. So I was listening to Tamiko and I got really intrigued in that nonprofit and how she's supporting teachers and seeing how we can help integrate that to coaches like Daniela, and how can those processes or models, methodologies that she knows and she's creating, how can we integrate that into life coaching and people like Daniela that are working on becoming coaches, and for them to not only get the wisdom from the coaching that they've just paid for, but tweaking it so it's unique in their own way, and seeing how Tamiko can support us in that, and also how we can support her to bring more teachers if she needs, or whatever it is that she needs to help grow that mission and vision, because it's really beautiful. I love what she's doing. It's very much needed work. A lot of teachers, even in schools, are not teachers. They're like almost just going just to get paid. So really helping the teachers at schools, but also the teachers that are like the life coaches that are doing the conscious work. So seeing how we can integrate both of those if it's possible. And also for Daniela, whatever you need, if you're not sure how to throw your first workshop, if you want to do anything virtual, we can set up a virtual summit where where we can just come in and together put something together, even if it's free, just to start building community in Phoenix. That would be also really, really beautiful. We can help you with that. So that's really my thoughts and feelings for the call. I've just been feeling really in that sense of support.
Beautiful
For me,
listening.
yeah, just I had a talk with a lady yesterday. She's really, really wanting to get involved with everything that we're doing. And I don't know, I just been magnetizing a lot this week, and I just feel aligned and I feel beautiful. And that's it. Not much going on except just being right now and seeing how I can support others.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Sagitas, you want to share anything? I know you're busy, but I just thought maybe if you're here. You might be, yeah.
That's no, not right now. I'm so excited to hear what's going on, but as you hear, I'm in machinery and I'm loading it, and it's going on a lot. So yeah, not right now. Maybe
I
one
love that
day.
you're still here. That's amazing. Like you're in the middle of like a construction site and you're like, I'm not missing this lighthouse call. I'm still here. Like
Yeah,
that is
yeah. No. I'm literally was just loading some stuff here, machine loading, and yeah. I need to run. But I'm here.
We love you. We love you.
That's amazing. That's inspiring. I love Sagitas. That's awesome.
So how can I serve anyone this week? How can I serve all of you? What can I do better?
I think it'd be great for us to take this week to really refine our visions, really to understand how you can support us, how we can support each other. This month has been really beautiful after the retreat, at least for me, after the summit, the festival, because it's been a space where I've really been able to explore and feel and see what are the next 4 months going to look like to finish the year really strong. And so that's what I've really used these last 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks. It feels like it's been a month. So the next 2 weeks, it's really just feeling that out and really just starting to take that action forward. So just encouraging everyone to we're already taking action because we're action takers, and that's why we've attracted each other. So really defining that vision, staying super focused on what these next 4 months are going to look like, so we can really finish the year strong with abundance, with income coming in, flowing in so effortlessly, but through that intention of really wanting to help humanity and each other and supporting, right? So I just feel like this week or these next few days, we can really use that in the next lighthouse. We can come in and just really talk about what support do we need? Because one of the biggest things I feel is it's very hard for us to ask for help. It's very easy for us to be a support and be like, I'm here to help, I'll help you. But then at the same time, it's really hard for us to really ask for that help because one, either we don't have the clarity of what help we need, or we're scared to ask for help. At least I can speak from my personal experience. So we can use this next week to really refine and define what is it that we need help support with in the vision, like Jin Hong is saying, for the next 30 years, what does it look like? What does it look like for the next 5 years? What does it look like for the next 4 months? What support do I need? What people do I need to magnetize? And getting really clear. So the next lighthouse, we can really come together and see, all right, guys, this is the support I need. Eric, do you know this person? Brooke, what skills can you help me with this, or whatever it may be? We can help each other to really get to that goal, to that objective. So
yeah, I think also things are going to change in 30 or 5 years, right? So really focusing and bringing it down to the next 12 months, you know, and then 12 months, because things are going to shift, right? Like we're in the biggest shift of our, so don't get too stuck in the 30 or 5 year, you know, kind of have an idea, of course, but like focus on the next 12 months. and really focusing then from that, reverse engineering it to the next 90 days and then to the next week, you know, and then day and things like this. And so, you know, that's really what we just did with our whole financial team. You know, I literally sat down with all of our advisors, accountants, finance, CFO, and we just had a plan for the next 2 weeks, exactly what we're going to do with the projects and everything like this. And so it's amazing because literally we have a professional team handling action steps. It's fucking amazing. So it's amazing. So it's giving us a lot of certainty as an organization, and then it's giving a lot of the partners even more certainty. So getting clear on that is really profound. Yeah, go ahead. You're out of here.
I gotta go, guys. Planes.
We love you, brother.
Saying
Thank you
bye.
for coming.
Love you guys.
Bye, Sha.
Bye. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you for the space.
So yeah, so that's my only suggestion.
Love that. Let's
Cool.
do it. Let's do it.
So I know we were gonna maybe have a follow-up meeting today, but I would suggest, because of Business Mastery, that we do that meeting afterward, like on Monday. If that's okay with you, ladies, because of just all of the depth of what's happening at Business Mastery right now, and the momentum of what we're doing. And in the essence of the clarity that you're creating, I think that would be beneficial anyhow. Is that cool? Amazing. Cool. It's amazing to see you all. And any last insights from anyone?
No.
I'm so grateful. I love you guys.
I love you guys.
I'd love to hear from Tamika, what your thoughts, feelings, what do you feel from being here for the last hour?
It's just been interesting to listen in and feel, I don't know, a sense of welcome, you know, even though I'm very much an outsider and new to everyone's here.
You're never an outsider.
It just feels like a very open space, and it was just a delight to get to listen in. So thank you.
Thank you. You're never an outsider, ever. Wherever you go, you're always an insider. It's how you choose to look at it.
Yes. I'm just so grateful to have such conscious humans around me. I was just talking to someone yesterday, and she was telling me like they exist. Like people like this exist. I'm like, yes, and in abundance. You just have to start becoming it, and you start magnetizing it, and you're right here with me, so you're in it. So it's just really beautiful. We're magnetizing each other, and there's so many of us. They're on their way.
A big light.
Yes. Awesome.
Love you all. It was great to see you all. Have a beautiful weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Love you guys. Bye.
Good luck, Master. Bye, guys.